For a long time, people have been looking over at Lego and saying, hey, you are basically the building toy. Why is it that Minecraft beat you to this concept of building a world and living in it? Why are the Lego games totally different than that? Where is your answer to that? And it came in the unlikely form of Fortnite. So Jill and I are going to be talking about this today because Fortnite is a really weird anomaly for me. I'm usually way more focused on single player games, these games that go back to years later like Metal Gear Solid or Assassin's Creed. And Fortnite is one of those games though that honestly, it delivers so much off of just such a simple premise, and Lego Fortnite is something I did not expect to be nearly as fun as it is.
I wanted to mention, because I'm also in this video, that I absolutely love this new mode. It is so much fun. As a huge fan of Minecraft since it came out, I am so excited to finally have a Lego-y Minecraft type thing in Fortnite. Fortnite being one of my favorite games, Lego being one of my favorite things to build. It's just so awesome. If you're going to the store in Fortnite and buying some V-Bucks, we do have a creator code. It is spelled capital DJAY123, and using that helps support our channel a lot, so I'm really excited for you guys to start using it.
The last time we talked about Fortnite, we were talking about the Metal Gear Solid Snake skin and all of the debate around that. There were quite a few unhappy campers in that video. I know facial hair is really scary, but Lego, I think, is kind of for everybody. It's a uniting force. Something I thought was really cool with this is that when you log into Fortnite, you can actually see how many players are online. There were more players in the Lego mode than in most of the standard modes, which I thought was really interesting.
It's really awesome.
Zero Build had less people in it than Lego Fortnite did. I think a lot of people were expecting this to just be a Lego reskin with a Lego map and maybe Battle Royale, but it is an entirely fleshed out world. This is a new game. Yes, it's in the Fortnite app, but this is not Fortnite as people know it.
It is so exciting, actually, because it is pretty much just like something like Minecraft, where you have this whole world that's randomly created for you, and you can build anything you want, pretty much, with the tools that they have given you. They have really awesome laid out plans for building houses and stuff that you unlock over time, but you can also use individual walls and individual pieces like you're actually playing with Legos and build whatever you want in your own little town. And speaking of that, you can also make multiple towns, and you get little villagers who live in your town, and they're all iconic Fortnite characters, which is really, really fun.
There's also a lot of different licensed cosmetics in this that do have Lego variants now. So I want to specify that this is free for anybody to play, but it's free in the sense of the same way you'd play Fortnite. You have your default skin, and that's it. If you don't join the Fortnite crew, or if you don't buy a battle pass or anything like that, you're not unlocking characters to play as. You just have what you have. But if you don't care about that, you can engage in pretty much the entire world. It's just the cosmetic of your character that's the one thing you're not messing with. But I thought it was cool, like, even the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles now, they were actually added to the store. They had Lego variants to the skins. So, some of the footage I have, like, I was running around as Lego Anakin. Sometimes
I was Lego April O'Neil.
Yeah, and sometimes I was Lego Michelangelo. So I think that's cool that they're actually going out of their way to try and add that feature for a lot of these new cosmetics.
Yeah, they have a lot of Lego characters in there now from skins that you previously had. So if you previously bought all of the Star Wars skins, they are Legos now that you can play in Lego Fortnite. And a lot of the previous Battle Pass skins are also Legos now, which is really cool.
But some things aren't. I do think that there's going to be licensing issues around this. Like, for example, I own RoboCop. I don't see Lego RoboCop, but also RoboCop is a mature themed IP. And a lot of the times there are certain circumstances where Lego does do mature themed IP, but a lot of their stuff, except for the Lego Ideas sets, they kind of go more towards, children to teens. So I expect a lot of things that you previously purchased to never be usable in this. But I do think that there's a lot that are, which I think is kind of cool.
I do think we're probably going to see more DC characters be usable, just because Lego is a huge fan of Batman, as we can tell from their sets.
Yeah, though I was shocked that we didn't get any yet. There's probably licensing agreements and stuff like that, but that's all really just the icing on the cake. When it comes down to it, the meat and bones of this experience involves going around crafting, digging, planting crops, building things. It's such an intricate world too, with very clearly different levels and tiers of items. If this is what we were going to get, I would have expected it to be half as advanced as it is.
Yeah, it's really exciting. So there's a bunch of different biomes, and a lot like Minecraft, you would go to these biomes and they have very unique things about them, like unique items that you can get in specific places. However, there's one interesting new mechanic that I haven't really encountered before in very many survival games that I've personally played, where your character can get really hot or really cold, and it can be slightly annoying because you don't really want to live somewhere where you're constantly freezing to death. But I do think it's actually interesting that your character has a temperature meter, and you have to make sure that your character is not super hot or super cold at all times.
Yeah, I've noticed the temperature mechanic. It's something that has been included more in more recent survival games, not as much older ones, although it did exist. Like, for example, even Skyrim, it got its survival mode and they tried to incorporate temperatures into it. I just wouldn't have expected Lego Fortnite to do that.
Yeah, me either.
I think that's what's so surprising to me about this, and kind of the core of the video for me, is that I wasn't expecting this to be as good as it is. I expected it to be kind of like a half-assed Battle Royale, but with Legos, and people love Legos, and people love Battle Royale, so they'd play it. I didn't really look into anything about it before it came out in terms of the gameplay experience. I wasn't expecting a world where I could roam around with villagers, recruit new people to my team, craft weapons. I thought it was interesting how in-depth the crafting system is. I think, Jill, you can talk about this a little more. You understand it even more than me, but different materials, they make different tiers of item.
You can actually continue to upgrade your town. At first you need easier materials to get, and then it gets a little bit harder. So first you need things like wood and granite, and then it moves up to things like knotroot and marble, which you can only get from going in these really unique caves. It's not like Minecraft in the sense of you trying to mine a bunch of ore, but it is kind of like that in you trying to get materials in specific caves, and there are enemies in their caves, and there are enemies that come out at night. A lot of them are mostly skeletons. You can also encounter these like rock dudes that are kind of like crabs, where you get shells from them. They're hard to explain, but they're like roly rock dudes. And you can also encounter bandits, and there's one thing that I've encountered that's like this big monster thing that like one-shots you when you're at the beginning of the game before you have very much health, and it's actually kind of scary.
Well, and I was really not expecting this depth either, because even with what you're talking about, there's whole recipes for food. You can get rock grinders or stone crushers, I believe they're called, and then you can make new types of slabs of stone, and then you can get food processors where you can take the food and maybe you do something on a grill.
I'm finally getting to the point where I get like a little seed machine thing so I can make seeds from the food that I find in the world. And I'm really excited about that because they also have farming in this game. I don't know if you can necessarily round up cows and chickens and sheep very easily. I suppose you could like build them into an enclosure, but I don't really know how the spawning and despawning works yet in the game. But you can pet cows and get milk, or pet sheep and get wool, and then you can kill them and get food. And similar things with chickens, you can get eggs by petting them, or you can kill them to get meat. And I think that's just so much fun.
Well, the depth of it too even extends to the villagers, where certain villagers have different needs to move into your village. Like, for example, Meowscles, who's this cat. If you don't have a lot of furniture around, he doesn't want to live there because cats love furniture and obstacles and things they can go on or hide under. So that plays into his character.
And everybody needs at least a bed. I really love exploring the world and finding all of these brand new things. You can find random chests in the world from little ruins that very obviously look like the kind of ruins that you would find in Fortnite, the actual Battle Royale version of the game. When you find those destroyed houses, and they have that certain aesthetic that they kind of call like the Pleasant Park aesthetic, and they actually somehow put that aesthetic in the Lego Fortnite game for some of the furniture and some of the buildings. And I know it's a little hard to explain, but I think it's really cool and fun because it definitely feels still like you're playing Fortnite. Like, you can get uncommon weapons, like sword and axe and pickaxe and stuff, and then I believe you can upgrade those eventually to rare and higher, just like you can in the normal game.
I know that years ago when Lego Worlds came out, this is what Nate and I wanted it to be. You know, when we talked about Lego Worlds, it was sort of pitched in a way as almost like a Lego Minecraft, but it didn't really live up to it. It was fine, but I thought it was kind of low effort. Like, I thought it could have been a lot better.
I think that the building in this is definitely much more in depth.
Well, yeah, especially because the bar with Lego is their licensed movie games and things like that, which are great, but a lot of those you're playing through pre-built worlds, where it's like, hey, I'm in Lego Harry Potter, and I'm playing as Harry and Hermione, and I'm running around that world. And the building you can do is just building a few items in the world. You know, you're running around, you're interacting with Lego characters, you're fighting people, you're collecting stuff, and those games are great. Like, I'm not knocking them at all. It's totally different than this, though. Like, 100% different. If you play Lego Marvel Superheroes, or you go play Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, it's nothing like this, except for the fact that you are Legos, and there are Lego pieces in each. And I love that you can actually do these builds pieces at a time as well, where if you only have so many materials, you could build half the house and say, I'm going to leave my village. I'm going to go find those materials. I'm going to come back and progress on it. So you can see genuine progress every time you play this game.
Yeah, I absolutely love that. If you get really good at it, I feel like you could build some really impressive stuff. So far, I've really only manually built a log cabin that's like non-preset. And it's kind of just a square right now, but that's because I'm still a bit new at it. But I feel like when I get a lot better, I could really build like some impressive mansion or something if I got enough materials. And I think it's really fun to think about all of these ideas that I can materialize into my Lego Fortnite world. And I really like that little kids are going to see this and be like, oh wow, you know, I love Legos and I love Fortnite, and this is gonna be awesome. And kids are gonna really enjoy this. It's rated E for everyone because they don't have any guns in it like the main game. So, you know, even little kids can just play this if they want to. And I think that's really nice that it's something that's for actually everyone.
Yeah, I agree. I think that it's one of those things too that I'm surprised again is free. You know, it's something that you could just turn on. Obviously, you need to have internet, a console, and a TV, of course. Now, you're not going to be playing it on a rock, but it's something that you don't have to pay for that experience specifically. You don't have to go on the App Store and buy Fortnite or buy the Battle Pass. You can just log in. It's a very good time killer. It's also surprisingly in-depth, like we've said a few times. And something that I think is really, really fun about it, too, is that it's not just a limited time only thing, at least as of the near future. When it comes to online experiences, I've said it time and time again on this channel, you can never rely on something to be around forever. You know, that's just not how the world works. Obviously, people aren't around forever, but something I think is really cool about something like Assassin's Creed 2 or Spider-Man PS4 is that as long as technology is around, there will be ways to pass that down. You know, just like a book that could have been read 100 years ago, some kid in 100 years could play that game. Maybe they won't want to. Maybe they'll think, ew, old man toy. But I hope that they will engage with that the same way people read a classic book. The thing with this that I was worried about going into it is, yes, we know Fortnite may not last for the next 1,000 years. We don't know. But when will this go away? Is this just for a season? Is this something you make your world and then it's gone in 6 months? It's not. It's for the foreseeable future. This is going to be a cornerstone of this game.
And it's really easy to just join up in a party and then we're in the same world together. And then if I play on the world all by myself, the stuff he built is still there. It doesn't just go away or anything.
I now have a further incentive to make our marriage work so I don't lose my Lego village because it's in Jill's world. But I do think it's really cool how you can even see pieces break down one at a time. When you're building things, you can kind of see it build up a piece or two at a time. When you blow something up, like for example, if you find ruins and you throw some TNT at it and you blow up a wall, you can see those pieces kind of crumble like real Lego pieces.
They actually took gravity into an account with this game. So if you take down a wall that has a roof on top of it, the roof will fall down onto the ground and you'll still have to destroy the roof, but the roof is still intact and just falls down onto the ground, which I think is really fun. And then you'll see the wall kind of shatter into a bunch of Legos.
I can't believe that this is as good as it is. If you haven't tried it, I really do think it's worth your time. A lot of the people that I've seen, you know, who are playing it, who I have spent time with in the past, they're not the most creative people either, and they're having a blast. You know, it's a very good outlet.
There's something that's really fun about having an entire world that's just yours that you can do whatever you want with and explore however you want. There's different people in the game that you'll be able to meet. I have seen some of my villagers say, you know, if I wanted to meet this specific person, I would head west. You know, and it makes me think, oh, you know, when I actually have better gear to be able to go up this mountain without freezing to death, I think I might be able to meet some cool character, which I think is really fun. It seems like there's more secrets to encounter in this than I previously realized when I first booted up the game, and I'm really excited to discover more about it as I play more. I wanted to say that I actually really love this game mode. It makes me really happy, and it's something that I find very, very fun, just like I find Minecraft to be very, very fun. It feels very timeless to me, and I am so excited that it exists. I do want to mention again, we do have a support a creator code, and basically if you buy V-Bucks, just put in the code and it'll help us out a lot. It's capital DJAY123, and it's really nice if you guys start trying to do that every time you buy V-Bucks because it really helps us out.
Also, if you do like creative stuff, really quick plug, Jill runs a store, enchantingglamour.com, magicaljill.com, where she makes repurposed comic book resin pieces from comic books and manga that were damaged that local stores were throwing out or clearancing out. Also, there's a Christmas collection. It's almost Christmas now, so
Merry Christmas! And I have a Christmas collection of jewelry, and then the resin pieces he was talking about are things like coasters and trays, things that you can put your drink on or just kind of hang up on your wall as a decorative piece. I've seen some people hang them up on their wall with command strips, which is really helpful. So it's really awesome, and I hope you guys check that out because I work really hard on this stuff.
So if you enjoyed today's video, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe. There's lots of ways to support the channel like we said before, and more ways down in the description. Also, Jill has her own channel, Magical Jill, which is down there, and we have a shared channel, Degenerate Plays, where we play through games together and hang out. We recently played some Animal Crossing. You know, we've been playing Spider-Man 2, we've been playing
Kingdom Hearts Rechain of Memories.
So lots of stuff. So we hope to see you there. Have a fantastic day, and as always, everyone, stay
Shway!